solutions to our water infrastructure problem.
Nobody cares about water until you go to the tap and you can't turn it on.
What are we going to do to save the world's water supplies?
The water infrastructure that's in the United States is over 70 years old. A lot of these projects came from the Great Depression.
The need for ever-improving technology to meet evolving water quality goals is greater than ever.
So what is innovation? A lot of people use innovation, I think, incorrectly. Innovation is the use of the idea, not the creation of the idea, the method itself.
What we need is a solution that doesn't require the complete fix.
There is an opportunity here to change paradigms.
We've got to get way smarter. We put a lot of, and I was struggling on how to say this, but we put a lot of dumb pipes in the ground.
We need point of drinking is what we call it, point of use. And we need smart systems for central treatment. That's what we need.
Benefits of smart water systems. I think the average size community could save, I think, $5 million a year in operating costs, 80 million gallons of water each year, and 850,000 kilowatt hours of energy. So there's some real benefits to these smart water systems. You just got to get off the dime and start doing that.
Then you start to build these things. They don't happen overnight. I know that presentations that I've done and everything like that, it's a cultural change.
If you're digging a hole and you're going to put a pipe in it, golly, why not just put a wire on top of it that can begin to monitor this stuff?
The goal is to transform data into information and information into insight.
Why are we still in the point of rip and replace with exactly the same?
I saw what the consequences of aging infrastructure were firsthand, with water main breaks being a regular thing that hit the news, aging water treatment plants, like in Waterford, for example, where their facility, it was built in 1810, and they're still trying to patch it together and make it to continue working because, frankly, from an economic perspective, especially in these kinds of times, it's really tough to figure out how they're going to come up with the funds to go and do more than just put Band-Aids on this stuff.
49% of this country's water is allocated or being used by the agriculture sector. Somewhere between 30 to 32% of this country's water is industry, and the remaining 10 to 12% of this country's water is individual usage.
So you got 1 to 2% that's actually used for drinking and cooking. And yet 80% of the cost of that treatment plant is to make the water drinkable. And quite frankly, what's really incredible is that 1 to 2% is recontaminated.
We have no national water database. We can't tell you the quality of water that's at your house today that you're drinking.
We take for granted that water will come and will be safe to the house. And this is really the first time, first era that we're getting, at least in a modern post-industrial era, where we're having to confront the fact that that might not be the case.
We talk about water wars around the world. Well, they're going on in this country.
Water is expensive, so if there's ways to look at conservation from a technology perspective, from an engineering perspective, those are opportunities that we need to exploit.
We really need a number of U.S. senators and a number of U.S. congressmen that are going to take this issue and really embrace it and have that be their legacy.
Let's go invent tomorrow instead of worrying about what happened today.